This is Greg Williams, the Master Negotiator and Body Language Expert, with the Negotiation Tip of the Week. Negotiation Tip number 1005. Arrogance can cause zeal to be added to negotiations. When negotiating, how do you respond to arrogance? Do you use arrogance as a ploy in your negotiations? When arrogance is infused into a negotiation, it can add zeal to the process. It can also cause the negotiation to wander into unexpected territory. When confronted by arrogance, some negotiators shrink while others become emboldened. To contemplate the usage of arrogance in a negotiation and how to combat it, consider the following factors. Weighing the use of arrogance as a strategy. In the planning stage of your negotiation, ask yourself if being arrogant will achieve the advantage you'll seek during the negotiation. If the answer is yes, play the role of someone that's arrogant. If you feel uncomfortable playing such a role, don't fret. In a negotiation, everyone plays a role. Just be sure to consider the mental makeup of the other negotiator. If you're not sure how such a stance will be perceived, avoid using arrogance as a strategy. Using arrogance as a ploy. When confronted by arrogance, some negotiators will become meek and easy to maneuver, while others will become hardened in their position and immobile. If the negotiation is not progressing significantly and the other negotiator is someone that withers at the sign of authority, you may consider using arrogance to influence the progression of the negotiation. With this type of individual, you'll more than likely receive little pushback about your persona. If, on the other hand, you're dealing with a strong-willed individual and your negotiation position is tenuous, you may consider being more tolerable in your persona and exchange of information. Combating arrogance. Negotiating with arrogant people can be daunting. At times, you may have the desire to become combative. Such an emotion can cause you to lose focus on your strategy for the negotiation. When dealing with arrogance in a negotiation, recognize it for what it is and don't be influenced by it. If you're using arrogance as a ploy, be sure it's the appropriate tool for the task you're trying to accomplish. When used strategically, arrogance can be the catalyst that progresses a negotiation towards the point of completion more expediently. On the other hand, if it's misused, it can serve as the catapult that sends the negotiation to unexpected places. Just make sure you observe the influence that the use of arrogance has on the negotiation and be prepared to adjust quickly if you're not receiving the expected outcome you seek. And everything will be right with the world. Remember, you're always negotiating. The negotiation tips are: number 1, when negotiating, don't be pushed into becoming a living corpse if arrogance becomes a strategy used against you. Have a plan prepared ahead of time to combat such tactics. Number 2, if you negotiate in a team environment, don't become the protagonist against someone that's being arrogant unless you've predetermined that's the best course of action to adopt. Number 3, when using arrogance as a ploy, never put yourself in a position that requires you to back down. If you have to back down, exact a toll from the other negotiator to do so. That's it for this week. If you'd like to gain more insight about when to use the appropriate strategy and tactic during a negotiation and how to read body language, please go to www.themasternegotiator.com. Once there, click on Free Negotiation Tips. I look forward to seeing you again with next week's Negotiation Tip of the Week. This is Greg Williams, the Master Negotiator and Body Language Expert, saying, remember, you're always negotiating.